Yeah, so I think Mr. Zafar is doing his job. All right, so good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Pandit.
Good morning. Good morning.
I hope you can hear me. Even I have background music here. Can you guys hear me? Hear my voice?
Is it a Korean music or what? No, sorry.
Music is better.
Music is better? Uh, by the way, welcome. Welcome to the introduction to basic car safety, which I know you have attended today. Right? It will only be a few minutes session, so I'd like for you guys to lend me your ears for only about 30 minutes. This is all I'm asking for. Right? So, can I ask, how is everyone today?
Very good.
Very good. Right? So, can I get everyone's name, just a little bit introduction for me to start? Because usually before I start any session, I like to get to know my audience first. Right? We'll start with the beautiful lady here.
Okay, I'm Niluka.
Yes, Miss Niluka.
Yeah, from HR.
From HR.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Miss Niluka, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Zafar Iqbal,
Yes.
so as a procurement engineer.
Okay, Mr. Zafar.
Suraju.
Mr. Suraju, nice to meet you.
My name is Govind Pandey from HSC.
Okay,
Hassan San from Japan.
welcome, Mr. Hassan San.
And Uzma Shahia.
Hi, nice to meet you, Ms. Usman.
Malaban
Mr. Malaban, nice to meet you.
and Gary Tagatas from Baldoa Shinder.
Okay, Mr. Gary, nice to meet you.
Kanika from HR.
Miss Kanika, last but not the least.
Season.
Okay, Mr. Dev. Welcome everybody to Introduction to Safety. Now, I just like to ask. I'll just turn off this beautiful music. Did any one of you had a hard time finding this hotel today? No? Okay. How did you come here today?
By company transport.
By company transport. Okay, so you rode in a car, van or bus?
It's a car.
A car. Okay. Anyone here rode in a plane today? No? Bus. Motorcycle?
Speedboat.
Huh? Speedboat? So, can we agree that everybody came here today using a car or a taxi or a limousine or an Uber or a Kareem? Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason why I ask is because it's very important today that I get to know what are your usual mode of transport. Because today we'll be going to talk about, as you can see in my slides, it's introduction to basic car safety. And why is it important for us to know, right? Whenever you're going inside a car, riding a taxi, you need to be aware of the dangers that you are in when you ride this type of cars. Okay? So, you have made all your introductions. Now I'll make my introduction, but I'll let the slide speak for itself. Okay? Because I don't usually want to introduce myself. So as you can read, here's my name, here are my credentials, and here of course is my picture. Okay? So that you will know. Whenever you see this person in Doha, you will see. It's Mr. Lawrence. Okay? And I usually drive a blue car. A blue car here in GCC or maybe in Qatar is very, very unique. So if you see a little blue car, expect 50-50. Maybe it's me or maybe it's another one. Okay? Small blue car, it would be Mr. Lawrence. Okay?
If you're alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, let's see what we are going to do today. Right? Aside from, of course, talking about basic car safety, I like to establish some ground rules first. Right? So, I would like to ask each and every one of you to put your mobile phones on silent. Is that okay? Okay. Now, if you have any urgent calls, I know you're a very busy person, you're a very important person in your company. If you have any urgent phone calls, you can just step outside and take that phone call and then come back. Right? As you can see in the table, there are lots of, not a lot of, but there will be water, there will be coffee, but the coffee is outside, and then there will be some light snacks, like fruits or what have you. Okay? So everyone with the housekeeping, with the ground rules? Okay. Session plan for today. So I'll only take, sorry we did not start on time. So I'll just take about 25 minutes of your time. 5 minutes will be based on introduction. The main body of my content or my presentation would be based on introducing you to basic car safety, which would take about around 15 minutes of your time. And then in 5 minutes, if we still have time, we'll summarize and then I'll ask or I'll get your questions if you have any. Good? Sounds good? By the way, if you have any questions, just try to raise your hand. Okay? And before I start, since I only have few minutes, I would like Mr. Dev to just try to time me and inform me if I'm already 20 minutes on, so that I know if I'm going fast or going slow. Okay? You can just signal me like this, meaning it's already 20 minutes. Okay? Now, objectives for today. Ms. Kanika, can you tell me any expectations that you have before I start? Anything?
Not really.
Not
I just
really?
want to know, like, okay, what are the safe rules that we have to follow while we're driving?
Okay.
You know.
Right, good. Safe rules, following while driving. Okay. Mr. Gary, do you have any expectations in today's session?
Yes.
You're driving your car?
Yeah.
Okay, you're driving your car. Any expectations? Because you're driving?
Yeah. About the safety.
Safety. How about, okay, thank you, Gary. Ms. Uzma, do you drive your car, your own car?
Yeah.
You have any expectations for today regarding?
That's going to be a funny presentation.
Ah.
That's what
We'll see.
Besides that, not much exciting. Yeah, well, you're going to talk about safety rules.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, thank you very
Following
much.
that.
Okay, good. So most of you guys, some are driving their own cars, some are riding. So some are drivers, some are passengers. Okay, but either ways, it's very important because we're all inside the car. So the main objective for today is number one, as you can see, Ms. Kanika, can you read?
Discuss the importance of passive safety car,
Passive car
seatbelts,
safety.
and airbags.
Okay, so we'll be talking about basic passive car safety, specifically seat belts and airbags. Okay, Mr. Ponde, can you read the next one?
Identify the two types or car seat belts
Sorry,
and
of-
how to use
Okay, good. Of car seat belts and?
how to use them properly.
Okay, apologies for my typographical error there. Last, Mr. Zafar.
Discuss how airbags supplements the seat belts.
Okay, discuss how airbags supplements seatbelt. You know what supplements mean?
Supplements, sometimes the doctor makes some supplements.
I give you vitamins or supplements. So, supplements here in this context is it will try to help the effectiveness of the seatbelt, and you will know later why is it important and why this too will always be interrelated. Okay. Any questions so far? No? Okay. All right. So as you can see here, we'll be discussing two passive safety features of the car. Very basic, so that even the ladies who's not very technical with cars, at the end of this session, you'll be able to know. And hopefully, if I did my job well, there will be a behavior change whenever you go to a car, whenever you go back home, you will see airbags and seatbelts a little bit differently. If you do that, then I guess my job here would be good. Right? If not, too bad for me. All right. So, can anyone ask anybody of you safest mode of transport in your opinion? Which is it?
Okay.
Walking. That's very good. Funny but very good. Mr. Suraju, can you tell me, in your guess, safest mode of transport? Here in Doha, like specifically here in Doha. Not in the Philippines, not in Nigeria, not in Sri Lanka. So here in Doha.
The safest
Which one do you think?
sitting at home.
Huh?
What? What's sitting at home?
What is it? I could not hear, sorry.
So mentally you need to go from one place to another place.
You need coffee?
It's a time machine.
You need coffee? No. So, in your opinion, safest mode of transport?
Sitting at home.
Sitting at home. No, if you're going home and going to your work, where do you work? Outside Doha?
Okay. The safest
In your opinion, there's no right or wrong answer here.
ride a bicycle.
Ride the bicycle. Okay, interesting. Miss Kanika? Safest mode of transport. Which do you think, in your opinion?
I think it's bus over here.
Bus.
Yeah, I've never seen any accident, accident involving bus.
Okay, very good point. Mr. Malaban,
Okay.
safest mode of transport, you think?
As long as he's not driving.
Yeah, safe. Don't follow the language.
All right.
Bus.
Bus.
actually.
Okay. All right. So, Actually, the safest mode of transport based on statistics. Can anybody guess? I'll give you a candy if you can guess.
Camel.
Huh? Camel?
No, you're right, actually.
But you use it every time? Maybe, because you don't use it that much often.
Camel
But
it is parking.
okay, so joking aside, it is airplane. So candy for me, right?
You said Doha.
Okay, sorry, but let's say
Fine.
maybe when you go
Valid.
back to
Taking
India.
your
Okay,
point.
sorry for that context. I put it out of context. So safest mode of transport is airplane, which only takes 33 lives per year, which is it's bad for me to tell this. You said, Miss Kanika, bus. Bus is the second safest, which only takes 99 lives per year.
Only 99.
No, only 99. But anybody here, you told me that when you came here, all of you rode a car. You know how many lives a car takes every year? Wild guess.
More than 1,000.
More than 1,000? Any wild guess?
This statistics is related to Doha or
To-
internationally?
yes.
Okay, sorry. This one would be based on Europe. Sorry.
Europe.
Europe.
Yeah.
Europe in
Europe. Yeah.
99 life per year in bus.
So, anyone guess in terms of a car? Rough guess, rough estimate. You'll have a very tasty candy if you got just approximation.
50,000.
50,000, a little bit less.
35,000.
35,000. Okay. So you'll be. No, I think. How much did you say? How many? 40.
No, it is then more than 1,000.
Actually, based on the statistics from Europe, 13,000 lives a car takes per year. Okay? Let me just let this sink in. 13,000 lives it takes per year. Okay? And what's the most scariest thing is we all drive it, we all use it almost every day. Okay? That's why this lady is very worried. Because it's 50 times more dangerous to ride a car compared to an airplane. And 15 to 20 more times dangerous for a car instead of riding a bus. So maybe later today, no, I'll just take the bus, thank you. Right? Or if you're very rich enough, I'll take my private plane instead. Okay? So any questions regarding the safest mode of transport? Good? You're not scared? The safety guys, are you scared?
I will not purchase a car.
No, you should purchase a car, and you should purchase from us because our cars are a little bit more safer than the competition.
Wow.
Yeah?
Impressive.
Okay. Now, if you don't have any questions, I'd like to show you a little bit a video, short clip, like 30-second video, and let's see what would be your reaction afterwards. I guess even for this 30-second is very powerful message. If you don't get that, if you don't get worried, if you don't get scared with this video, I don't know what happened to you. Maybe you have a stone heart. Anybody here has family back home or family back here? Who's married here? Okay, you have
One?
kids? One, yeah. One wife only. Okay. So we can agree that all of us either has family here or family back home. Right? In this video, Miss Kanika, you have a husband here in Doha, right?
What can it
Not Kanika.
Miss Niluka, sorry. Miss Niluka.
Put it.
That's bad, man.
Sorry. Miss Niluka. Okay. How did you find the video? Was it scary for you? Did you find maybe yourself in that situation? No.
So far, no.
Or you thought of maybe this one scared
Yeah,
you.
because sometimes he drives fast, so then I'm telling him to drive slow because I'm scared.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But my question is, do you use a seatbelt?
yeah, I do.
Does he use a seatbelt?
Yeah, of course.
Very good. How about Gary? I know you told me 2 days before you had family back home.
Yeah.
Right? So when you watch this video, were you a little bit scared?
Yes, of course.
Why is that?
Because accident is you cannot say that the accident is only just a coincidence, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You will never know
Yeah. When it happens.
Okay. Mr. Ponde, safety guys?
Exactly, I agree with Mr. Gary. Accidents cannot say. It is an unexpected and unwanted event. It may
Exactly.
cause anything, anywhere, and anyhow, and anytime at any place.
Exactly. Now, my question is, cars take 13,000 lives based on Europe report. But did you know these lives can be saved or this accident can be prevented? With only using one most basic safety feature of a car. Can you read, Mr. Dem?
Click it or ticket.
Click it or ticket. Means use your seatbelt. Okay? Now, we'll go to my first point here.
And don't go with your girlfriend or wife, that's also considered.
Exactly.
You won't be distracted, right?
Put him in the back.
Unless you
Put
want
her.
to kill that person.
Maybe put her on the back
Yeah.
without the seatbelt. Okay? So, I'll go to my main point here. Like what I said to you, passive safety car feature. Let's first define what is a passive safety of a car. Okay? I'd like to hear from Mr. Hassan. You know
Passive
anything?
safety.
Anything regarding passive safety? Any wild guess? Any definition in terms of your understanding, passive safety of a car? Because you drive a car, right?
I do that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someone else can talk
Okay.
more on that.
Mr. Suraju, do you drive?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me anything about passive safety? You know, any idea on what is passive safety?
The word passive,
Yes.
that is not active.
Wow. Why haven't I thought of that? That's very good.
Too good, man.
Too good. Sorry. Right. So definition of a passive safety is features of a car that helps reduce the effect of an accident. Okay. Having said that, for ladies here, can you tell me any feature in the car that helps reduce injuries of occupants during accidents? Can you give me one? Wild
Features
guess.
of a car?
Yeah.
Don't drive fast and follow the rules. That's the
Okay.
basic. That's the active actually.
Based on the video. What happened to the guy?
From seat belt.
Seatbelt.
Seatbelts. Because he was not wearing a seatbelt. You don't get a second chance. If he was wearing a seatbelt, what do you think his chances of living is?
It will not fly out of the.
Exactly. He would have survived. Okay? So, main thing that we're going to talk about here regarding passive safety is seatbelt. Basic. And also airbags. Okay?
Here, airbag, it is manufactured. No? What is the concern with the
We will
passenger?
talk about the airbags later. But save your question. Save your question. We'll talk about it later. So if I tell you passive safety, these are safety features that help prevent injuries in case of an accident, which is very, very important. It will be a matter of life or death. So every time you go inside a car, whether you are going on a Karwa or an Uber or a Kareem, just make sure you click it. Otherwise, I don't know what might happen. Okay? So there are two types of seatbelts. The 2-point seatbelt, the lap seatbelt, is usually on older cars, on the rear. Right? It's like in the airplane. A seatbelt like this. But in most cars, especially our cars, we don't have this anymore. Because it's not very safe. Okay? And the most effective is what we call the 3-point seatbelt. You have 3 points. In the shoulder, here, and here. So it will restrain you even more effective whenever you are in an accident. Okay? Questions? No. Now, one thing is to use the seatbelt. Another thing is to use them properly. Okay? I'll show you some basic things, 3 things at least, that you should not do whenever you're putting on the seatbelt. Especially for those who are driving. Do not drive too close to the steering wheel, because it will negate the effectiveness of the seatbelt and the airbag, which we talk about later. As a passenger, do not put your feet on the dashboard. Okay? Or even sit like this. Maybe you have kids, Gary, maybe you have kids, so prevent your children sitting like this in the passenger side. Okay? And never, ever put anything in the dashboard. Because this, you will find later, might be projectile inside your vehicle. It might be just maybe some iPhone or maybe some name tags like this, but if you get into an accident, it hits you 100 kilometers per hour here, just pray that you have a very thick head. Okay? Now, just to check if you are listening, because I see a lot of people yawning. Okay, I will not name names, but I saw someone, maybe two people, which I think are not doing my job. So, which of the following are examples of a passive safety feature of a car? Can anyone tell me out of the A, B, C, D, if you're paying attention to me? Yes, Miss Kanika.
B.
B. Is she correct?
Yes.
Aywa. Correct. See? Okay, right. So any questions regarding seatbelt so far?
How much time they
Mr.
have?
Dev, how much time do you still have?
We still have another 7 minutes.
Another 7 minutes, so I'll just brush through this airbag. Okay? Airbag topic. So the next passive safety is the airbag. Previously, on older cars, you only have 1 or 2 maximum airbags. But in our cars, especially right now, we have at least maximum of 6 or 8. At least maximum, but 6 or 8 airbags. As you can see here. So even passengers sitting at the rear, they're all very well protected. Provided that you wear a seatbelt. Let's watch a video how an actual airbag deploys. You're just driving casually.
Is that a crack on the middle?
This can happen to everyone. That's why it's very, very scary. I'm not trying to scare anyone. So, by watching the video, what can you tell, Mr. Dev? What have you felt after watching the video?
You said you were not trying to scare anyone.
I'm not. I'm just making a point. I'm just trying to emphasize a point. Okay? You know why the main reason they're alive right now? Maybe not right now, but during this time?
Were they just casually having a camera in the car, recording the whole thing?
Yeah, because usually for cars right now, they have what you call a dash cam. So maybe they're using a dash cam. Can anyone tell me why are they alive right now? It's not that they're bad people. We want them to be alive.
Because of seat belt and airbag.
Exactly. Seat belt and airbag. They were carrying some passengers at the back, and they were also wearing a seat belt. Because mainly your preconception is, no, you're in the front, wear seat belt. For me, I can lay down here. You lay down there, and that happened. What will happen to you? You'll be like a ping pong ball inside that car. What are your odds of surviving? Maybe it depends on God, if He wants you alive or not. Okay. The main reason they're alive, 2 things: seat belt and airbag. Now, maybe question: I did not wear seat belt because my car has airbags. I have 6 airbags. Why wear seat belt? Do you think they would have survived with just only airbag? When that exploded, the airbag exploded. What do you think? What happened during that split second? Did you hear any noise aside from the crash? There was an explosion because airbags, when they deploy, split second like this, it uses nitrogen gas to explode. That's why when you see there was smoke, right? Without a seat belt, an airbag could be very deadly. Let me repeat. Without a seat belt, an airbag can be very, very deadly. So the airbag, instead of saving lives without the seatbelt, it can actually kill you. Okay?
How?
Huh? How? Imagine the airbag. You did not wear a seatbelt, right? If you have a frontal collision, your body goes forward. Now, let's say this is the airbag. In your face, sorry, yeah, I'm just doing for demonstration. And then it explodes. Not in that, here, in the head. What happens? It will be very, very dangerous for you. Okay? So instead of saving, it can actually kill you. Okay? So are you afraid? Sorry. Let's stop that. Next question, before I end. True or false, if you're listening to me? The airbag system is only useful when the seatbelt is fastened. True or false?
True.
Good. True. Right? So I think I still have time for question and answer. Okay. Right. So basically, the introduction to basic car safety, even for ladies here, Miss Uzma, those who are not driving, even for a passenger, is very, very important. Then you fasten your seatbelt. Okay? Very important. Because we won't know. We might.
She has some question.
Yes, Miss Uzma, sorry.
No, I just noticed when you were starting the introduction about airbags, in the first picture there was airbag from the back.
Ah, okay. Here, yes.
Yeah, this one. Yeah. Could you just explain that?
Okay. Basically,
So
the
it seems like the person will be squashed.
from here.
No, the one, yeah, the front.
Ah, okay. This is actually called the side impact airbag. So the one we witness is frontal collision. So frontal collision, the front airbags will deploy. But sometimes the collision happens to your side. And when that happens to your side, you're only protected by a thin sheet of metal, which is your door.
Right.
Once you are hit here, this airbag, which is located in your seat itself here, it will engage. So that when it hits you, it protects your
This is a
this
new
part of the
feature.
body.
This is a new feature, huh?
Not
only
new.
all cars.
It's been here for 10 years or almost 20 years already.
Really?
But not all cars will have that. Only the full option ones.
Only for RR,
No, no.
Rolls Royce.
No. Even Nissan, even Toyota. If you purchase the full option, let's say for your Vios or whichever car that you drive, if you purchase the full option, then ask. And now, at least when you buy, how many airbags do you have? 6? No, I'll go with 2? No, I'll go with Nissan. They have 6. Any more questions, Ms. Uzma?
No, thank you. Because I thought it was coming from the back. I don't know it's the side.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Okay, actually this one is called driver airbag, passenger airbag, side impact airbags, and then here it's called head curtain airbags because sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times when you're hit here, your head will bounce like this. If you don't have any protection here, you'll break the glass. Okay, so you have protection anywhere, right? So, any more questions?
It's better we wear a jacket with nitrogen gas and sit in the car with a glass.
No, it's up to you. It's up to you.
So
sorry,
my
so-
car doesn't have the such features. Maybe airbag also not available there. So what can I do? I have to purchase Nissan Sunny.
No, not sunny.
Hmm.
Maybe a little bit higher. Now there's always an indicator that your car has an airbag. In the driver steering wheel, you will see SRS airbag. I still have time? I'll just try to explain. So that I'll cover my objective number 3. It's called SRS. It's called, I'm sorry if my spelling is incorrect, Supplementary Restraint System. Meaning, your airbag only supplements your seatbelt. Without the seatbelt and the airbag deploys, it will not do its job properly. Okay? So now when you see, like maybe when you go later at home or going back home, when you ride, check if you have SRS airbag in your steering wheel.
If it is not available, it could be installed again.
No, unfortunately. You need to buy a new car. Yes, Mr. Yani.
Regarding the impact,
Yes.
for example, for the airbag. So
Okay.
it means the airbag triggered by the seatbelt, or
Good question.
how about the
Good question. Actually, we're trying to go a little bit deep. Do I still have time? I don't have any more. But to answer your question, there will be a sensor
Yeah.
That is called an airbag sensor. I have a PhD in